Is it? It's actually starting now. Yeah.
Correct, we're live.
Right. So it comes up live with the little yellow there.
With the little, yeah, up in the upper
Yeah.
right-hand corner.
Great. Thanks, Andrew and Sandy, for coming along, joining in. It is really early hours there for you.
No, it's late for me.
It is. Yeah, it's currently 7 p.m. here, so for me,
it's
time
fine in the
choose
morning here.
Yeah, and it is Sunday evening here, so yeah, thanks heaps that you've taken the time to help me out a little bit. I'm wanting to have as my goal eventually with the Hangouts on Air to do one client, not interviews, but it is the screen share and training with particular accounting programs. So that's why I'm actually persevering with doing the Hangouts on Air, purely because then they've got that recorded session for their own use with their own data, and not having to go to an educational campus where it's all stuff. That's ultimate goal, is doing the Hangouts on Air and practicing with it. And with that, of course, I've noticed it does take a bit of time to actually learn the process of doing the scheduling and where I'm at now, just to practice being a host. With screen share, you said, Andrew, that it's a good idea to actually pick a particular area and learn it thoroughly. So what sort of hints can you give as far as screen sharing goes for now?
I'll give you a clue. If you're going to screen share, before you click on the screen share, pin somebody else so that they appear in the main window. Because when you start your screen share, you're going to get an echo effect, like when you sit in the barber shop and you see a mirror reflected in the mirror, in the mirror, in the mirror, in the mirror. You know, and to prevent that, you could click, if you wanted to screen share, you could highlight either Sandy or I. That would put our picture in the big window. Then you could do your screen share, select what you wanted to see, and then click back on you, and it would show your screen, and the viewers would never see that mirror effect.
So with the highlighting, I've got a white box around your name now, so you stay on the screen even though I'm talking now. Is that right?
Okay. What's going to be recorded is whatever you have the white box around. Even though you've got your white box around me, I'm seeing you when you're talking. And that's because I can also white box somebody, it's just not recorded. So I can see whoever I want to in the big screen, but whatever you see in the big screen, that's what's going to be recorded. And so to keep that mirror effect from being recorded, if you switch and white box one of us and then choose the screen share, we're going to be on screen while that mirror thing is going on. Then when you get your screen share up, if you click back on yours, then you come up on the screen what you're showing, and the recording never gets that mirror effect recorded.
Right. So, yes, Sandy?
Well, I wanted to add that, I mean, I'm one that has a lot of stuff open on my desktop. And I have found I want to make sure that what I want to show is actually picked, and the Hangout is over it when I'm talking. And then when I share the screen, I don't have to go crazy and hunt for it. So in other words, whatever you're going to show, have already up, because I mean, you know, you can shrink down your Google window, or you know, you can just click somewhere else. But I do think that part of the learning of the sharing is make sure you've got what you want to have in focus.
Yeah, have whatever you want to share, have it open in another tab, so that once you click screen share, all you have to do then is click that tab, and it pulls it up. You don't have to go down through your files to find what file you want to show and everything. You've already got it set up, ready to go.
Okay.
Andrew, can
Yeah.
I ask you, when you have a hangout, well, of course you're doing the business ones, but I've never had a hangout open up in a tab. It's always a separate window.
Oh, really?
Mine
Huh.
is a separate window, I think.
I
Hang
mean,
on.
it's all by itself. It is, I mean, it doesn't have a menu bar up at top. It is Chrome. It says Google Chrome right at the top. I mean, this is my standard Hangout window. I mean, if I click to start one, or if I click to join one, just like I did yours.
Maybe that is just a business hangout thing. I had never actually noticed that before.
Now, I don't know. I mean, I hear you guys talk about tabs, and I go, well, I can pull this window down, literally I'm pulling it down about 3 inches, and I see all my tabs. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I can't join it with the other tabs. It will not join no matter how hard I shove it up there.
Huh.
I mean, it is a window by itself.
Okay.
I wonder,
Well, now I've learned something because I never noticed that before. Because when I'm using Business Hangouts, it just opens up as another tab
Uh-huh.
on my regular browser, and then I can pull it off into another window,
Right,
or I
right.
can pull it back on.
Just like any other tab.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't
well,
know whether that's what
No,
browser are
and
you
this one,
using? Chrome?
Chrome, and,
Huh.
and it's not as big as my Chrome. I mean, there's probably a half inch, 3/4 of an inch on each side of the window. Now, of course, I'm sure I can resize it. Let me check. Yeah, I can make it bigger, but when it naturally opens, you can click on the background without having to shrink down that window. You know what I
Huh.
mean?
Okay.
So I don't know. I mean, let me show you, right? I mean, you see this. Now, of all the 1,000 things I've got open, let's see here. There is my communities.
oh, so that's in full in the background behind your Hangout window.
Right. Now, what I do is I go, well, my menu bar, is over at the side, and it then shows all the major windows, and I simply click on the Hangout, and you're in front of me, but you still see that. And I tap it once and get me back.
Yeah.
But that's all in back of, I mean, I can see the G plus, and I can see the the Hangout quote signs. While I've got this window open, there's that much room on each side of this window that pops up when I go into a Hangout or
Hmm.
start a Hangout.
Well,
Okay.
I did mine. I've obviously minimized my bit. I'm using a MacBook Pro. It did come up as a separate window though. So my Hangout window is separate to the actual Chrome browser.
Mm-hmm.
So I've just
Okay.
tried to do that as a screen share. I'll pin you, Andrew, and which is the screen share is over on the left green one, isn't it?
Yes, with the arrow.
So, so that's how, yeah. Are you seeing that as a screen share?
Yes.
Oh, hang on. Now I'm back to me, I think. No, I'm still on Andrew. Sorry, Andrew. It is learning, isn't it? So is that still screen sharing?
Yeah, if you've got Andrew Whitebox, I can't see Andrew but down the little bottom.
No, I white boxed him. Is that still screen sharing or that's like a toggle?
No, screen sharing is if you look over in the upper left corner, right below
Yeah,
the where you do the chat box, that green
yeah.
screen with the little white arrow, that's the screen share button.
And then a
So when I
dialog
click on
window.
that,
And a
then
window pops up. And then you've got to pick what you want to share, and down at the bottom you pick share screen or
so
something.
that there is sharing my screen of the event thing that we're on.
Whatever you've got open. You have
Right,
to pick it.
you should
I've got about
see a
12
web.
things open. So I had to look for the one I wanted to show you, which was the Google Hangout screen, because it's sitting there. That's what was there behind it. But I have other software open, and I could pick any of those software to show you what it looked like.
Yeah. So at the moment, what you're seeing is still me, not the screen share.
Right.
Right. So hit that, and I click that. You're seeing a web page.
So you
Over
click
top of.
screen share, and you click on the screen you want to share. Then you have to go down and click on Start Screen Share.
Oh, I didn't see. Where's the screen share? Okay. I haven't seen a start screen share. Where's
It's down at
that?
the bottom of the window. The dialog, once you hit the green arrow, a dialog window pops up. You pick by actually clicking on the screen you want to share, and then at the bottom of that window you'll see Start Screen Share.
Okay, I can't see a start screen share dialog.
Maybe it's too far down. What do you think, Andrew?
Okay. I'm going to screen share. So if you will, white box me. Okay?
Yeah, white
All
box
right.
you.
All right. Now I'm going to screen share. I opened it up and I've got a choice of full screen, Google Hangouts. I'm going to click the full screen and click start screen and see it. There's that window effect I was talking about.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now, if I go over here, bring this down, I can click any of these other tabs. Like there's my mailbox.
Yeah.
There's the events. I can do any of that. Then I'm going to have to close this back down to get back over here and turn the screen share off. But you click the green screen with the white arrow. It should open up another screen, and it should show you which screens are available for sharing if you've got more than one. Okay? You click whichever one of those, and then down at the bottom of that, there should be a green box that says Start Screen Share.
I'm not getting the green box for some reason. I'm not getting a box that says Start Screen Share.
Okay,
so
do a control minus.
On a Mac?
Oh, it's probably
I don't have a clue. I mean,
it may be Command Mac. I mean Command minus. I'm not sure, but it's to reduce the resolution.
So Roz, let me ask you something. So when you click on the green icon with the little arrow on it, do you get a box that pops up that says Google Plus Hangouts and Screen Share for Hangouts?
No.
What happens when you click that green arrow one time only, one click, please?
It's doing. No, I can't see it doing anything.
When you click it doesn't do anything?
Okay, Ross, what browser
with the mouse over. Using Chrome. As I mouse over, it comes up, and the mouse is actually pointing to the green box with the white arrow. It comes up with the little round thing with share written there. I click, and it.
Don't click on the word screen share. Click on the icon.
Yeah, no, I click on time worked. So that you should get start screen share, and is that what you're seeing now?
Yes,
there you go.
And how do I stop the screen share?
You just click the green screen with the white arrow again, and it turns it off.
Toggle switch.
Oh, at least I've got that now. Okay. Well, at least that's one that's worked out eventually. So thank you. Yeah.
Yeah, you can
because that is
practice
something
this.
I'll need.
You can practice this without having anybody in the hangout.
Yeah.
You know, you can just start
Yeah.
you don't have to do an event. Just start up a regular hangout, or as I've heard it called, just a video call. But you can screen share during that, and it's the same process as with an event. Most of these things that
Oh,
I've noticed, except Comment Tracker, is the exact same thing as a regular old
yeah.
hangout.
Oh, okay. So as far as this recorded part goes, like it as a broadcast, to practice for myself, I can just have a regular hangout with anyone. No, it's not going to be recorded, and it's
Right.
fine. And just
Yeah,
practice.
or
Oh,
you can go ahead and
it's
start the hangout and actually just have yourself in. Don't invite anybody else in, and hit the start
yeah.
broadcast button and do just a recording with just you doing all the screen share and doing your practicing and see how your lighting looks and all that'll be recorded anyway, and you'll be the only one that'll have it.
Oh, okay, so then I know what it's actually going to look like as far as the video presentation, whether I need to wear makeup and stuff like that. I don't like wearing makeup.
Right.
But I figure for more professional things, which probably my best to look the best. Yeah, anyway, I probably will suss that out as I go along, how comfortable I feel with that. Okay, well,
Okay.
thank you.
Now, I'll give you
Yeah.
one other little piece of advice too that may help you. I don't.
Mm.
You're probably aware of the Great British Hangout Pack or whatever it is that they call themselves. Peter
Uh,
Lund, Kath Dawson, James Beardsley. They do like a
no,
midweek hangout. Okay, there's a whole group of Brits that have gotten together to
yeah.
do it. Of course, their time differences won't be quite as great as ours, but there will be a time difference. I don't know that many people in
England has a
Australia.
different. I was going to say England has time zones. Isn't it all in
Yeah.
one time zone?
No, well, they're not. We're not in a half in front of them, so that's all I know. So it's not quite as big a deal with the time zones matching close to reasonable hours of the day. Um,
Yeah, okay, let's see. It's 4:51 in the morning here. That means it is 9:51 in London
mm,
on Sunday morning.
no more
So
times.
like I say, there's not quite the time difference between London and you as there is between me and you. But
Yeah.
they're getting together and they're having regular hangouts too, and it's in their evening a lot of times. So I don't know how that would play with your time zone, but it may help you more
Uh,
than trying to make our hangouts.
yeah, I think probably theirs would be if they're around the 10 o'clock at night. That makes it around my 7:30 in the morning. So that for me is manageable. Trying to think what the best part of the day to be a daytime would be their evening then, wouldn't it?
Yeah, I
Rather
think
than morning.
their midweek one is like at noon London time, I think.
Oh, that's manageable because that'd only be 9:30 here, and I stay up till midnight anyway. So, yeah, I'll put that
Okay, yeah,
down.
yeah.
If you notice, we do have people commenting out there in the back.
Oh,
I'm
when
looking at it
I have
now,
been doing that.
and I see
Oh,
Richard Clarkson. It says his comes up in a separate window too. Um, and
yeah,
Rain did this yesterday. No, Richard was on today, or not right now. You know, I mean, he said his comes up in a separate window
in
too.
London.
So we do have one hearty listener out there in whatever time zone they're in. I'm in Central
And that's
Standard Time in the middle of the United States, so.
yeah, yeah, yeah. I have found when I started watching some of the live ones, I was getting up around the 1, 2, 3 in the morning to watch because it did have that more inclusive to it at the live, so I do actually like to have that involvement, even just in the chat like Richard's doing. So, and hi Richard, thank you for being watching, commenting. Yeah, I like that myself, but you can't do that too long, or sleep deprivation does take over a tad.
Yeah, I'm trying to think who else I know in Australia. I know Jill Ball's down there, but she's a genealogist, but I don't know how much hanging out on air she does. Jan Gower,
She
she's
does a
a
lot.
genealogist down
She does
there.
she does a lot in Australia, I think. Because
Yeah.
I've listened to hers before, and it's like 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning.
So I suppose I could just do a post to the general public on the G Plus timeline stuff, just to ask for connection with anyone who's an Australian hanging on era type.
Yeah. But feel free to post in the user-to-user community. You know, you might want to post in Ronnie Benser's Hangout Helper community. See, I don't know. Are you a member of Ronnie's mastery group?
I am, and I haven't had time to get into it in detail at the moment. I've had studies that I've just finished, and I've still got more subjects to do, but that has taken my time. I wanted to get into it, but you've got to stick with priorities, and it's one of those things that I've found over time. I'm not very good at organising the priority list where it's most fluent in sections of time, so it comes across as being that I'm not real organised and chaotic, not intentional, but you know, it just happens. So yeah, it's a bit of this, a bit of that, bit of this, bit of that, and I haven't done it yet.
Well, you'll find. Go ahead, Andrew.
There's you post in the user-to-user community. Join that, and you're already a member of that. Ronnie's.
I chatted on Michael Daniels the other night with you in that one.
Yeah.
It's the first I've been in that sort of context.
Yeah.
Learning.
The Ronnie's Hangout Helpers community, because that's free. You don't have to be a member of his master group to get in that one. There's another one called Hangout Helper. Another community called Hangout Helper. It's got about 1,200 members. But you might want to post in those three that you're looking to make contact with people in Australia to do practice hangouts with and see what happens.
Yeah, it is sometimes hard to, without to individual profile, as to where they come from. So I will do that. I'll post it in there, see what turns up. So I'll see who turns up. Yeah. Great.
Did you know? Andrew, did you notice in mine I put I couldn't make it go with time zone, but I did put Central Standard Time in the comments. I mean, and when I read your post, it was 4:30. I commented in the morning. You know, I mean, it was like I couldn't tell by just looking at it whether it was PM, AM, or whatever, or you know, let alone time zone. I mean, and you know, if you're looking at it, it doesn't. Is it supposed to change time zones?
It will. It will. If the person who is creating the event has established their time zone, it will automatically convert. Whoever is looking at it will see the time in their time zone.
That may be the problem.
Okay. See, so like if I set up one and I say that at 10 o'clock Eastern time, okay, I actually set it up for 9 o'clock my time. But if somebody's on the Pacific time, they're going to see it 2 hours, see that time not as 10 and not as 9, but they'll see theirs as 7 because that's the time zone they're in. The reader should see their time zone, not the creator's time zone.
See, I had a couple that didn't, you know, and I was always late and early, and I'm like, what time, not you guys, but I mean, I was like, what time is this, and what time zone are you in? So I got to the point where, you know, I was like, what time zone is everybody's, because I couldn't trust what I was looking at, you know, all the time. And that explains it, Andrew. If they don't have their set time zone set up, it's not going to convert.
Right.
Aha, got
Right.
that? Yeah, excellent information.
Yeah, and why more people don't do that, I don't know, because immediately right under the time where you set it, it gives you your choice of time
Right,
zone.
it
You've got a
does.
drop down menu, and you just choose yours and go.
Right,
I don't
right.
know why people ignore that.
Well,
Okay.
I've attended enough hangouts that I couldn't tell what time they were doing it, so they need to do that more.
So did I set that up right when I did my event? I don't know that I even consciously
Yeah,
did that.
no, you
I did.
set yours up fine.
Yours was
Yep.
fine. Because it
I
was
was
showing
following
4:30. It does not say AM or
Yeah.
PM. It said 4:30.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, good. Okay. Well, it's pretty obvious I need to learn a lot more yet. I also have an aim to later do a mobile hang on there, hoping that I'll have it all okay by the time my daughter gets married. But it's going to have to be a private one. She doesn't want it being public. So I've yet to suss all that stuff out. Because her fiance is actually Irish, and there's some of his family can't come over to Australia for the wedding, so I've got a lot to learn. Thank you for helping me start out on this, as far
No
as the
problem.
details
Yeah.
in
No
the
problem.
host. It's
And if
yeah.
for some reason
I was
Andrew isn't available and you want to practice, you can hit me and I'll be happy to practice with you.
Right. Yeah. Thank you, and I'll pick a better time.
Well,
So that it's not
I'm often up.
early for you.
Hey, it doesn't matter because usually I'm awake at this time of the morning. I
I am
usually
too.
don't go to bed till 5 or 6 in the morning.
I'm the same way, Andrew.
Yeah.
I am
Oh
the
gosh.
same way.
So, yeah.
You know.
I don't mind going until 12 or 1 o'clock in the morning, but yeah, my usual wait time's around 6. I do with about 6 hours sleep. That's fine for me.
I had to do it. I'm in this class where we had to do a time management thing and submit it, and I thought, well, if my dogs have to get up and go out, I get up and I take them out. If the people are cutting grass next door and I wake up, then I get up and start my day. If I'm busy at night doing things, I may go to bed at 3 o'clock, but more often it's, oh my God, it's daylight, I need to go to bed. When I live by myself and it was just me and the dogs, so whatever, I don't have a time schedule. If you told me I had an appointment at 8 o'clock in the morning, I'd be there, but that's not my usual time of trotting out of the house.
Well, speaking of dogs, I've got one pawing my leg ready to go out now, and he has been for the last 15 minutes.
Yeah.
So if I don't want to clean the mess, I'm going to have to take off.
No, thank you so much. I am going
Thank
to
you.
do the stop broadcast, and thank you.
Okay.
So I just
If
stop.
you've
Don't
got any questions, just drop me an email.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Great. Thank you, Andrew.
Okay.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye,
And
Andrew.
thank you. Bye.